Buddy, thank you for watching the first film breakdown for June. I forgot to put a title here. That is okay. Again, I just wanted to send out a couple of reminders. I always recommend players watch this more than once, making sure that you're studying it, you're looking at for a lot of different things. The deceleration when we stop here I think is really important, and then also looking at the dribble timing and how they get to that 2 foot, which is a lot of the things that we're going to be focusing on this month, is playing off 2 feet, especially in the paint. You guys are going to see some of the 3 best guys in the NBA doing this. Obviously Luka Doncic, we've studied before, phenomenal footwork, probably one of the best in the NBA. Jalen Brunson, also on the Mavericks, he's actually standing right here right now. He really had a breakout year this year. And then a guy who's a little under the radar, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Also some really, really beautiful footwork in the paint. So we're going to get to see all these guys, but these first ones, we're just kind of looking at our 2 foot finish. I'm going to kind of breeze through this because I know most of us have been working on this for a while or have done it, but just that opposite hand, opposite foot into that 1-2 outside, inside finish to power through the contact. All right, we don't want to get hit by the contact. We want to power through it. You say the same thing here, 1-2, except here he actually uses a shot fake to go up and finish. Another 2 foot finish, just going again. I'm just going to back this up one last time. You can see SGA getting downhill, ball and foot. We're outside, inside, and he's jumping off both. Notice how this right foot doesn't pick up. I know some of you guys are really struggling with that. All right, jump off both feet. Jump off both feet. And I'll explain why shortly. You guys will see. Again, getting downhill. Good shot fake here. Believable. Was able to step by and get a finish. Now we get to more of the pivot stuff. We've been focused on that 2 foot finish stuff. Our first ones are turnaround and spin. These are a lot of turnarounds here. You can just see if you need a little extra separation to get a shot off in the paint, just spin away on that outside foot. So when we dribble here, he dribbled on his left foot. So now when he takes his next right foot step, that's now his pivot. And yes, he does travel here, but same idea. Right foot stays down. He's going to pivot away from the defense. Now here, he does pick up his knee, but if you look at a lot of the other Luka Doncic clips, he actually doesn't do that. And there's a good reason why. It's because when you pick up that knee, your only option is now to shoot it. Right? So see here, he doesn't pick that knee up quite as much, and he drives that foot out to counterbalance. That way, let's say he spins here. Let me see if I can get a good angle. And he's flying. Now he keeps his foot down. He steps through. If he's already picking that knee up, then he has no other option besides to shoot. I also want you guys to look at the flight of the ball on this. A lot of you guys are trying to shoot the ball really flat, and obviously he's going against 7-footers here. But you got to shoot that ball up and over the defense here. Now we've created the space, but arms, right, they can still get a good contest and potentially block it. We want to try to shoot that up and over the defense. And then here we can see that spin variation, show the ball. That's one thing that we have been working on, but I would like to see players do a little more. Showing the ball here to get defense to jump. And then spin it all the way around. And notice he uses his left hand because he's on the left side. If he went up with his right hand here, he would probably get blocked. Okay, now I also want you guys to see how he picks the ball up high. All right, he's not shooting it from his waist. Notice it goes down there. But before he shoots it, he brings the ball back up high. Really important to make sure we don't get it stripped in the paint. We always want to have 2 hands on it and keep it protected. So now we're going into our jump stops. These are pretty simple as well. Most of us have been working on this for a while, but I just want to show a few different clips here. Jump stop, and then just being able to step through. The really nice thing when you jump stop and you land both feet at the same time, right here, is now either foot can be your pivot foot. So now, obviously, SGA is a little bit out of the paint, but he still is able to step through and finish right at the hoop. Then we have another one here. This one might be a little bit harder to see. Gets a good bump, gets under 2 feet, and then is able to step through. We should have one more. And getting downhill, jump stop, landed on 2 feet. So now he can pivot either way, and he's going to step across. So this would be like our rip across here. And I know a lot of us, we've been working on going across the paint here, attack on the opposite block. This works in so many different situations here. Able to rip across and finish through the defense. We have one more here. I do believe this is the last one. Bump, jump stop, and now we can actually see that jump stop turnaround. So he landed on 2 feet. If you guys saw there, I know he did replace that left foot, which then establishes right foot, lands on 2, but then moves that left foot. So now his right foot's his pivot. So now he can turn and pivot away from the defense as well. That is the last option. So for our high school kids, we did work on jump stop and shoot, turn and shoot, kind of square in the air type stuff. But these are the 3 main options that we're really stressing. Step through, rip across, and then that turnaround if you absolutely need to. I was wrong, actually. And there, again, you can see that rip across. So What I would consider to be a step through here, just so I can explain, is if Luka landed on this left or right foot, stayed as his pivot, but he took a step this way with his left foot towards the left block. Here he's ripping across the paint, and he's going to turn his hips, so he's ripping across to give himself a better finishing angle. The last one here that we have is our speed stop, or inside-outside footwork. Speed stop's more of a newer term that I hear used all the time, so I decided to start using it. Basically just getting to that inside-outside footwork, that ball and foot 1-2 into your shot. And that gives us a lot of different options here. Again, we can see Jalen Brunson here, right, left, inside, outside. So the one, when we talk inside foot, it's usually the one closest to the baseline or closest to the sidelines. So when we talk about inside pivot foot. Going up 1-2, and he's able to elevate up, but that also gives him a lot of different options here. So now he can shot fake. And here he does get fouled, but he gets to that inside outside. He's able to turn and shoot over the defense. We'll get a little bit of a better clip here in a second. Takes a dribble here, shot fake up. Remember, hip to shoulder, down to that hip, and now he's able to re-square and get that shot off. So again, just being able to pivot, knowing what foot to pivot on is going to give you a ton of different options here. Here, this is one of my favorite ones because he could have stepped through, but he ended up getting the jump shot off. We'll back it up. Here he actually goes to more of a side step, but again is able to get off that inside foot. We can look at the shot fake, right? Believable shot fake too. Ball up, eyes up. Now he could step through here, but I think Hassan Whiteside does a good job of recovering, and so he's able to go and get that shot off and more fake it. Again, getting that inside outside, that was a great clip. Exactly what we were looking for there. Just showing the ball, shoulder, hip, ball goes up. He's inside outside to square to the hoop, and he's able to put that up. So I hope that you guys can kind of see some of your guys' favorite players and really good players putting this stuff to use and how it can be applied in games. I think the big thing that if you guys can see here is nobody's rushing their pivots. All right, you have all the time in the world as long as you're making a basketball play. The 3-second count in the paint doesn't start. That is the rule, right? As long as you are considered to be making a basketball play. So make sure you're not rushing your pivots. We're always figuring out what pivot foot we're on, and then we have tons and tons of options off of that as well. Please feel free to reach out if you guys have any questions. I'm excited to see everybody tonight's makeup session, and then we're hitting the ground running tomorrow on Wednesday.